Pakistan cricket at its best. 1 minute down, next minute up.
Thanks very much, everybody, for joining me once again. Delighted to be joined today by a cricketer who I admired a lot when he played cricket. Nearly 200 wickets in international cricket, former England spinner, played 50 test matches, 26 ODIs and one T20I. Always popular with the fans and always popular with his teammates, the one and only Monty Panesar. Monty, hope you're well.
Yeah, I'm really good. Thank you, Saj. Thank you for having me on your show.
Always welcome, Monty. It's always a pleasure to be speaking with you. Pakistan won the toss today at Lord's. Monty, good toss to win.
Yeah, I think the toss was absolutely crucial, with so much rain around and overcast conditions. And we obviously seen what the Lord's, test match was like against New Zealand. I think it was what, 15 wickets in the first day, 17 in the second. And I thought whichever team would win the toss would look to bowl first. So Pakistan obviously got the first decision right. And yeah, it was really crucial for Pakistan to win the toss and bowl first.
248 for 9. Even Stevens, Monty, or do you think England have got the upper hand?
Well, I think I think Pakistan has had a brilliant day. Honestly, you look at the way they turned up at Headingley, and let's be honest, we're used to seeing Pakistan with a mystery spinner, a fast bowler that can bowl at 145 plus, unorthodox action, bamboozle the batsman, and then there's a bowler who can bowl a bit of reverse swing, and these are all three seamers which are probably similar to each other and probably more traditional county, county championship bowlers, and they had the perfect conditions today. And I think as a unit they did really, really well. But there was a lot of criticism. Let's be honest. They got criticised quite a bit because it's not the traditional Pakistan team that we're used to seeing, especially from a bowling department. When Pakistan tour England, it's the bowling. Which everyone kind of like takes more notice. And obviously the batting has been, when I played against Pakistan, their batting has been probably one of the strongest. I'll probably say that because I played against them as our strongest lineup. But yeah, so I thought they showed a great strength of character. Honestly, Pakistan have got to be proud about how well they've done today.
Hugh Broad on commentary said 250 is about a par score. He's obviously played a lot of cricket at Lord's, as you have. Do you think 250 is par? And I mean, England bowlers are going to come back, aren't they, and give Pakistan batters probably a tough time.
Yeah, look, I think about 250 probably say is par, and I thought Pakistani the bowlers bowled really well. They got their ends absolutely spot on. From the pavilion end, they looked to get LBW bowled, and then from the nursery, the media, obviously end, whether with the slope, you look to maybe get the outside edge if you can, and try and keep the slips involved as much as you can. Yeah. So I thought they were brilliant. Honestly, they got tactically, they were good. They got the right strategy, and with so much criticism that they got at Headingley, they showed a great strength of character.
Monty, fielding. I mean, obviously you got a bit of stick when you were playing international cricket. With all due respect, you were no Jonty Rhodes. How do you see Pakistan's fielding? Because today they took a couple of blinders and then they dropped some sitters. I mean, is that Pakistan cricket in a nutshell?
Well, I think, look, I remember during the first session when one of the bowlers threw the ball at mid-off or mid-on and it threw it over the head. And it was just that attention to detail, they're on top, they've done really well. And I think that's the bit where Pakistan probably let themselves down a little bit. It's just, they got to have that bit more attention to detail. They've got to, yeah, with the fielding, they took some spectacular catches, but they've shown, today they've shown that if they get tactically and strategically make the right decisions, they're a competitive team. They shouldn't be bottom of the World Test Championship. They're a far better side than that. But I just don't think they have enough good. Where they tactically get everything spot on. And I think today was that day where, they hit the stumps more often. If they strayed a little bit towards the leg side, they kind of like, the bowlers bowled a bit more outside of stump. But because the conditions kind of suited them as well, we've got to be honest with that. So when the conditions suit these bowlers, I think they're a very good team. It's just the batting, really. I hope the batting fires for Pakistan.
Well, I was just going to come to the batting. Obviously, they've got to face the likes of Jofra Archer, Gus Atkinson, Josh Tongue, Ollie Robinson, who are all in form, bowling well. It's going to be a tough task, isn't it, for the Pakistani batters? What would you suggest to them?
Well, the key is going to be for them is, those stumps. I think LBW and the stumps are going to be the areas where England bowlers, they may have to bowl it slightly fuller lengths because they're slightly taller bowlers, but with the extra pace, they may get the ball to nip a bit more. They'll probably use the bounce a bit more effective. So with that extra pace, you'll feel that there's a bit more venom in the England bowling lineup, but we'll only find out tomorrow. But with Pakistan, they've got to keep their heads together. They've got to think, can we, get to 350? It's going to be a better day tomorrow. I don't think it's as much rain around. I think they get to 300, 350. They've got a chance of, winning this test match. The last thing you need is Pakistan doing the hard work and then suddenly they're batting, I feel, which is the weakest at the moment out of the bowling or the bat. If you have to compare one or the other, they get skittled for under 200, 150. Do you know what I mean? And if something like that happens, it's like the hard work that the bowlers have done, and Babar Azam been brilliant, as a captain, got it spot on, having bringing the keeper up against Joe Root and then got him out. But I think he's a useful bowler. He gets good shape on the ball, he gets a bit of turn, and he beats both sides of the edges. So at Lords, he easily could have got a couple of wickets. Where he slides on with the arm, and then he gets it to hold up as well. So you can see he gets enough revs on it. Yeah, I think he's a really good bowler.
And finally, Monty, Pakistan will be going back to the hotel now, feeling a lot better after all that criticism from the first Test match. So something to be positive about going into day two, isn't it?
Absolutely. Look, I think Pakistan have had a brilliant day. They've got to keep their heads up and they've got to think positively, think that they're in this test match. And batting wise, they've got to make sure that Bold and LBW is going to be obviously a massive, crucial in this game. But I think more than anything is they got to have a really good game plan against the fast bowling and especially like Josh Tongue and Jafar Archer because the ball is going to come a bit quicker. They're going to bowl a bit, faster, may nip around a bit more. I hope they've got really good game plans in place like they had today with the bowling.
Monty, thanks very much for your time. Really appreciate it. Always good to chat with you. And take care. Look after yourself.